Thabit Pulak, student, intellectual, entrepreneur. You may know him as the friendly senior class president who made a cheap water filter that removes arsenic from polluted water sources, but you may not know that he is also a Terminator. As a Terminator, Thabit has always been fixated on humanitarian aid and logical problem solving. Listening to his story of invention and innovation helps us to further understand his no-nonsense, go-get-em attitude. Let's take a closer look into the life of our dear friend Thabit Pulak from this interview at Ambient Cats Radio.
I'm ethnically from the country of Bangladesh. It's a poor country off South Asia. And ever since I was a kid, I'd visit the country with my parents to see my grandparents there. And I'd see on the streets, the people there, the poor people on the streets, the beggars. I would always feel kind of pity in my heart for them. And when I was a kid, I used to give whatever change I had in my pockets to these people. As I got older, I started seeing the more reality of the situation. I saw one major thing was that these people didn't have clean drinking water to drink. And as I found out later, this water was not only dirty to drink, it had this poisonous chemical called arsenic in it. And I saw that there were existing filters out there. They got rid of arsenic from the water. But they costed like $60 to $70, where people would make less than $1 a day. As I got older, especially around the summer of 2011 actually, I witnessed the problem of arsenic water poisoning when I saw a close friend that was affected with these black dots on his skin. And I asked him, I was curious actually, what was that? And I found out that this is a symptom of arsenic water poisoning, which ultimately turned into cancer of the body. He was suffering from skin cancer at that time. So I went to the root of the issue, and I saw that right now there were solutions to arsenic water poisoning, which is tested by arsenic filter, but it was just too expensive. It was then that I was inspired to make a solution that was much more affordable to the existing filter. So basically how the filter works is that you pour water from the top, just opening right here. The water trickles down to the middle of the filter. There's basically just sand in here right now. So it travels through the sand. The sand kind of kills bacteria. How it works is that in the middle of the filter there's almost no light. So as the water travels down, the bacteria just naturally die off. So water then trickles back up through here, just under the pressure of the water, comes out clean of arsenic and bacteria.
In addition to being a paragon of intellectual excellence, Thabit Pulak is a normal human being, much like you and I.
I was actually very grateful of the recognition I received because it's not just awards and stuff, it's also that the amount of people that are supporting you along the way. It just helps you keep moving further and further. For example, the Environmental Protection Agency, the EPA, it's one of the largest branches of the government. They help regulate environmental sort of things. They gave me an award nationally for being environmentally sustainable, my filter, and that was awesome. But the biggest thing was that I got to make connections with these sort of people, and ultimately even today, the award was almost 2 years ago now. Even today I'm in touch with one of the head people of the EPA to help keep my project moving forward.
Since I moved in United States, one of the very important thing I learned that the education in this society, they encourage our kids on some extracurriculars, which is real different than the country I brought up, like Bangladesh also. Here, for example, Thabit is doing this science kind of work, and I see the people really appreciated this, and it encouraged him to do more and more work, which eventually helped not only his education, not only improved his peer experience, but also it is helping the country or the ethnicity from where we came from.
As pertaining to the project itself, I want to continue testing this project in Bangladesh. I want to make refinements to the filter and ultimately bring it to the people. I want to help bring this project to the people on a large scale, and perhaps ideally even spread it across the world to people who need it.
Now, Mr. Pulak has only grown stronger through the years, embracing his inner Terminator and excelling in school, even becoming a senior class president. Policy and Progress are his middle names. Perhaps he's the most progressive Terminator the world has ever seen. Thabit the Terminator Pulak has a bright future in store for him.